टूट क्या है भैया?
Good evening, distinguished moderators, speakers, educators, and global change makers. On behalf of A Walk Through Education, I warmly welcome you to this powerful intellectual exchange on the theme, Teaching in Diverse Classroom, Challenges, Biases, and Breakthroughs. In today's world, our classrooms are mirrors of society, rich in culture, language, identity, abilities, socioeconomic realities, and digital access. Diversity is no longer an exception, it is our daily reality. The true question before us is not whether diversity exists, but how intentional and compassionately we respond to it. As educators, we stand at the intersection of equity and opportunity. Our beliefs shape our policies, our expectations shape performance, our mindset shapes futures. Today, through the insights of our esteemed moderators and speakers, we will explore how to move from labeling to understanding, from bias to awareness, from division to connection, from accommodation to empowerment, from limitation to breakthrough. May this conversation today challenge us, stretch us, and inspire us to teach not just for content mastery, but for human dignity and transformation. Thank you once again for joining us today, and let the session begin. I'm going to be welcoming the first moderator for today. I'm going to be welcoming Ambassador Kamal Chandra Lohani to take over the floor. He has, Ambassador Kamal, you have 3 minutes for your presentation, please. You have 3 minutes for your presentation.
Okay.
Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Okay. Warm greetings. Good evening. Namaste. Namaskar. Salam alaikum, ma'am. Sat Sri Akal to everybody. Respected Gloria, ma'am. Our Nalini, ma'am. Right, sir. Okay. Sarika, ma'am. Osama, sir. Lagmani, ma'am. All the great speakers and panelists. Nallam, sir. Yala, ma'am. And great speakers of this window. Thank you very much for giving me the first opportunity. I would like to start with my feeling about teacher. एक अच्छा शिक्षक वही होता है जो हमेशा लर्निंग प्रोसेस में रहता है, जो जीवन पर्यंत सीखते रहता है. द बेस्ट टीचर इज वन who is a lifelong student who always remains his learning process throughout his life. So thank you very much. Now, teaching in diverse classroom. Teaching in the
Hello. Okay, because of time, I don't know, I think it's his network. So we need to call on another moderator to continue in his absence. So I'm going to be welcoming Ambassador Nalini Ashtani to take over the virtual floor as she speaks on her topic. Ambassador Nalini, the floor is yours. Let me see if I can read her question. She's going to be speaking on neurodiversity and special needs, moving from accommodation to empowerment. Over to you, Mr. Nalini.
Thank you so very much, Gloria ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. And I really welcome all the educators from all over the globe on this window and platform to share their views and try to bring the change required in the education system in entire world. So as you have asked me, so my topic is very, very clear. For decades, I will say, education system has focused on accommodation, extra time in examination, modifying worksheets, resource rooms, and all sorts of things we are doing. But these are important. I do agree. But accommodation allows survival within the system. Empowerment allows ownership of learning. This is the fundamental difference. So, neurodiversity reminds us that conditions like autism, ADHD, dyslexia, or sorry, are not deficits, they are neurological differences. The real shift is from a deficit model to a strength based model. Now, I will share some examples with you. Globally, we see encouraging examples. I'll take an example from Finland where inclusive education is embedded into mainstream classroom through early intervention and layered support. They have a scaffolding system of studies, and that makes the difference. In Canada, my favorite topic or my favorite principle is being practiced, that is UDL, which is known as Universal Design of Learning. In United Kingdom, neurodiversity hiring initiatives are recognizing strengths such as NL thinking, patronizing, and deep focused on education system. Here in India, in our system, we are witnessing a significant policy shift through the Rights of Person with Disability Act 2016 and inclusive vision of National Education Policy 2020. NEP 2020 emphasizes flexible curriculum, experiential learning, and rigidity in assessment, all of which supports neurodiversity learners. So, several progressive Indian schools are now adopting resources, rooms, not as segregation space, but as empowerment hubs where students learn self advocacy, emotional regulation, and personalized strategies. Some CBSE and ICSE affiliated schools are integrated art based learning and project based learning. We all educators from India know this. So, empowerment means teaching children to understand their own learning profiles. When we have, as educators and leaders, our responsibility is to move beyond compliance driven inclusion towards cultural driven inclusion. Because why I say this, empowerment does not just transform children, it transforms classroom, workplace, and then the society. Thank you. Thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity. And I feel I have done justice with my topic. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Your presentation shifted our thinking from mere compliance to true empowerment. Accommodation supports learners, empowerment transforms them. So, by emphasizing strength based approaches, you reminded us that neurodiversity is not a deficit, but a different way of processing the world. When we design classrooms that are flexible, compassionate, and adaptive, we unlock extraordinary potential in every learner. Thank you very much, Ambassador Nalini. We appreciate you. And you're welcome. I'm going to call on Ambassador Kamal back as he speaks on teacher mindset and professional growth in diverse educational contexts. Over to you, Ambassador.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Teaching in diverse classroom, I think, is both a challenge and a blessing. In one classroom, we may have different children from different cultures, different languages, different abilities, and from different family backgrounds. And every child learns in a different way. Some need more time, and while others are, shy. So one big challenge is that it's understanding these differences. Sometimes teachers may have unconscious bias, and we may expect more from some students, some children, and less from others. This can stop children from showing their potential and their ability and their strength. Language barriers learning difficulty. We know that the teachers' patience, they teach us patience and empathy and creativity. The breakthrough comes when we stop seeing differences as problems and start seeing them as strength. When we give equal respect, fair support, and encouragement to each and every child, the classroom becomes a place where everyone feels valued. And teaching in a diverse classroom, it's about building understanding, about building confidence and unity among students. Teachers' mindset is very important, and if we believe that every child can learn, so we teach with hope and patience. In diverse classrooms, students come from different cultures, different language, and family backgrounds. And some may struggle, and some may shine in different ways. So, a positive mindset helps us see potential, not problems. And professional growth of teachers means reflecting on ourselves and improving every day. It means learning new teaching methods, attending training sessions, workshops, listening to students, and understanding their needs. In diverse educational setting, one method does not work for all. We must be flexible and creative, and we should move from equality to fairness, giving each child their need. Conclusion, I would like to say when teachers grow, students grow. When teachers change their mindset, classrooms become for everybody, for every learner. Learner, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Kamal. You brought the focus back to the education, to the educator. Diverse classroom requires diverse competencies, cultural intelligence, and reflective practices, adaptability, and continuous learning. And your message reinforces that professional growth is not optional, it is essential. Teachers who cultivate a growth mindset are better equipped to navigate complexity, model resilience to their students. Thank you very much. And I'm going to welcome our next moderator for today, Ambassador Miriam Salihu Suleiman, as she's going to be speaking on breakthrough classrooms, innovative practices that transform diversity into strength. Over to you, Ambassador Miriam.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And I'm glad to be part of another session, another intellectual exchange today with the topic of breakthrough classrooms and transforming diversity into strength. We often say that diversity is a strength in our classrooms, but in reality, diversity only becomes a strength when it is intentionally supported. Without the right mindset and practices, it can quietly turn into exclusion or struggle. Today's classrooms are highly diverse. Our learners differ in culture, language, ability, confidence, and learning pace. Some express themselves easily, others struggle, yet many are still expected to learn in the same way and at the same speed. This is why breakthrough classrooms matter. A breakthrough classroom is not one without challenges. It is one where challenges are recognized and transformed into opportunities for growth. One key barrier we must confront is unconscious bias. As educators, we may unintentionally label students as slow, weak, or difficult. These labels shape our expectations, and expectations shape outcomes. When we expect less, we often give less. Innovation begins with reflection. We must ask ourselves, who gets my attention most? Whose voice is heard often? Who is struggling quietly? Another breakthrough practice is flexible teaching. Diverse learners need diverse approaches. Visuals, discussions, hands-on activities, peer learning, and multiple ways to show understanding. Flexibility makes learning accessible. We must also rethink participation. Not all learners thrive in fast or competitive settings. Some need time, safety, or alternative ways to engage. When participation is inclusive, confidence grows. Finally, breakthrough classrooms focus on strengths, not deficits. Every learner brings value. creativity, resilience, curiosity. When teachers nurture these strengths, diversity becomes a shared asset. Transforming diversity into strength does not require perfection, it requires intention. When we shift from asking, what is wrong with this learner? What does this learner need? Classrooms change. And when classrooms change, lives change. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Miriam. Your presentation was both inspiring and practical. You demonstrated that diversity, when embraced intentionally, becomes catalyst for innovation. And collaborative learning, differentiated instruction, culturally responsive pedagogy, and student voice initiatives are not just strategies. They are commitments to inclusion. And you have reminded us that breakthroughs happen when diversity is viewed as an asset, not a challenge. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ambassador Miriam. So I'm going to move over to who else now? Ambassador Innoising Jonathan. Ambassador Jonathan is going to be speaking on, he's going to be speaking on bridging divides, teaching across socioeconomics and digital gaps. Over to you, Ambassador Jonathan.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for this opportunity given to me to present and at the same time to be a moderator. The topic given to me is bridging divides, teaching across socio-economic and digital gaps. Bridging socio-economic and digital gaps in education means ensuring that all learners, regardless of income level, background, or access to technology, they have equal opportunities to succeed. In this case, there are some homes that they have what it takes. They have all the learning gadgets, laptops, printer, photocopy, scanner, while some don't have access to even common smartphones. So this topic is telling us that we must ensure that all learners, regardless of the income level of their parents or the background they are coming from or the access to technology they must have equal opportunities to succeed. In many developing contexts, including parts of West Africa, disparities in infrastructure, income, and digital literacy can widen educational inequality. Addressing these gaps requires intentional, inclusive, and innovative teaching approaches. So I need to explain this topic on two sub-headings. The first one is understanding the gap. How are we going to understand the gap, and what are the gaps we are trying to understand here? We should be able to understand the socio-economic gaps and the digital gaps and the socio-economic gaps. Then what are the strategies for us to bring the divides? One, we have inclusive teaching process. We have blended and flexible learning models. Then we also have leveraging open educational resources. Then we also have promote digital literacy. And lastly, we have community and stakeholder engagement. Those are the strategies for bridging the divide gaps. Now, lastly, because of my time, what are the roles of teachers as a change agent in bridging these gaps? The first one, teachers must show empathy towards disadvantaged learners. Two, teachers must create supportive classroom environments. Three, teachers must identify struggling students early. So the earlier the better. The teachers must advocate for equitable policy. In conclusion, bridging socioeconomic and digital gap is not just about providing devices or funding. It is about rethinking teaching strategies to ensure no learners is left behind. Equity in education builds stronger communities, promotes innovations, and prepares students to thrive in a rapidly evolving global society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Jonathan, you powerfully highlighted the widening digital and socioeconomic divide that affects learners' opportunity. Access to technology, stable internet, and supportive home environment significantly impact academic outcomes. So your emphasis on intentional strategies, blended learning flexibility, community partnership, and empathy-driven policies remind us that innovation must always be inclusive. Equity in education must include digital equity. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you. And I'm going to move over to Ambassador Nahid Raza as he speaks on Beyond Labels, Rethinking Equity and Identity in Multicultural Learning Spaces. Over to you, Ambassador Nahid.
My sincere gratitude to Gloria ma'am for giving me repeated opportunity, outstanding opportunity to speak and use this platform of elite, outstanding, extraordinary people, right? Hidden bias in education, recognizing the unseen barriers to student success. Outstanding topic. Whatever is seen is seen. What is unseen is remaining unseen. So it should not happen, and ma'am has concretized unseen things. So my sincere salutation to our leader, ma'am, right? Recognize the unseen barriers. A dream deferred no more. My fellow educators, parents, leaders, and dreamers of brighter future. Tomorrow, gather close. For today, we stand at the crossroads of promise and peril. We have come to this hallowed ground not to bask in the glory of yesterday's victories, but to confront the shadows that still linger, the invisible chains that bind us, children's future. I say it to you now with the fire of conviction burning in my soul. We must recognize the unseen barriers to student success. Yes, we must see them, we must name them, and we must shatter them like the walls of cards. Oh, how we celebrate the child who soars on the wings of straight A's and golden trophies, the visible triumphs that light up our hallways and fill our hearts with pride. But what of the scene? What of the silent storms raging in the classroom of our nation? Please visualize with me, if you will, the young dreamers of the back row, eyes dimmed not by laziness, but by the heavy yoke of poverty that whispers, "We are not, you are not enough." See the girl whose brilliance is eclipsed by the unseen barriers of bias, where her accent marks her as less than before she even speaks. Feel the weight of the boy haunted by trauma's ghost, absent parents, fractured homes, and a neighborhood where gunshots drown out the sound of school bells. These are not mere obstacles, they are unseen barriers, towering walls built brick by brick from neglect, inequality, and indifference. They hide in plain sight the hunger that dulls the mind at 9 a.m., the lack of books in a home where dreams are rationed like rice, the teacher overwhelmed, untrained to heal the wounds of exclusion, the curriculum that erases the stories of marginalized. So we must see it. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Nahid. Indeed, in multicultural classrooms, labels can unintentionally confine learners within stereotypes. And you have challenged us to see identity as layered and dynamic rather than fixed. Your emphasis on equity over equality was particularly powerful. Thank you very much, Ambassador Nahid. We appreciate you. I'm going to, is Dr. Hussein Magdum around? Okay, he's not here yet. All right, so this brings us to the end of our moderator session. So we are going to be moving over to the breakout room where the moderators will continue with the speakers. All right. So, but before then, I'm pleading that you all turn on your cameras so that we can take our pictures before moving over to the breakout rooms. Please turn on your cameras. Please turn on your camera if it's possible, please. Okay, so after the count of 5, we're all going to use our favorite emoji to we just click on that emoji so that it will flow around the screen together. So after the count of 1, up 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to open the breakout rooms now. So please kindly click on it on your screen and join the breakout room. Okay. Just a minute. I need to add the participants. Okay, I think Dr. Husnain Magdun is around. Dr. Husnain, I just saw him on the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead with your presentation, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so he's going to be speaking on hidden bias in education, recognizing the unseen barriers to student success. Over to you.
Okay, just a minute. Let me open it here. Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone. So, to serving as a moderator for this important intellectual exchange organized by Walkthrough Education, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished speakers, respected host, and all participants joining us from different parts of the world. The theme, teaching in diverse classrooms, challenges, biases, and breakthroughs, is not just relevant, it is in today's interconnected world. Our classrooms reflect diversity in culture, language, socioeconomic background, learning styles, gender identities, abilities, and lived experiences. Diversity is no longer exception, it is the norm. However, the diversity come challenges. Educators often navigate unconscious biases, systematic inequalities, language barriers, and different expectations. Sometimes these biases are suitable and unintentional, yet significantly shape classroom experiences and student outcomes. Recognizing these biases is the first step towards transformation. But alongside challenges, there are also breakthroughs. When educators adopt inclusive teaching strategy, responsive pedagogy, and trauma-informed approaches of classrooms become spaces of belonging and empowerment. Students feel seen, heard, valued, and when students feel valued, they thrive academically and emotionally. Diverse are powerful spaces of innovation. They encourage critical thinking, empathy, collaboration, and global awareness. They prepare learners not only for exams, life in a multicultural and interconnected world. So as we move forward, so it's now on Dr. Gloria. So let's move forward with other speakers with their questions.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Your insights on this topic illuminated the invisible structures that quietly shapes classrooms outcomes. And bias is often subtle, embedded in expectations, assessment practices, discipline patterns, and language choices. And you have helped us to understand that awareness is the first step towards transformation. Thank you very much, Dr. Hussein. We appreciate you. And I hereby declare the moderator session closed, and we are moving over to the breakout room. So the breakout room will be open in a minute. So just give me a minute. All right, the breakout room is open. So good luck in your rooms. If you don't have a room yet, just hold on. Just give me a minute. I will think those that just joined don't have a room. Okay, so you're going to see it on your screen, join room, then you just click on it and join. All right, see you all soon. I think everyone has a room now. All right, Ambassador Jonathan, over to you. You can give your feedback.
All right, thank you for this opportunity given to me to act as a moderator for the AWT Intellectual Exchange session. In our platform, we are able to deliberate on the teaching in diverse classrooms, starting with Dr. Mohammed Sama. He spoke about the digital inclusion, leveraging technology without widening inequality. So he encouraged schools, learners to ensure to have more technologies, and we should make sure that all what we are doing, we are making use of technology so that there won't be a left out among our learners in schools. Then Ambassador Member Ijoma also said that we need government intervention so that we can eradicate inequality among our learners. That when government intervene to digital technology, then it will bridge gap between the poor and the rich, because there are some students that have learners have opportunity to attend a well-organized or well-equipped school, while others are less able to attend such schools. So we need government to intervene by creating more public schools where technology are majorly used to teach, so that we can bridge the gap between inequality among the learners. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that feedback. That was awesome. I can see that you all had a brilliant session at room 4. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to welcome back room 6. Ambassador Miriam, over to you, our able moderator.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gloria. And in our room, we had three brilliant minds speaking. The first presenter, Professor Nobatu, spoke about measuring impact and sustaining inclusive innovation. And he explored diversity as a lived reality of today's interconnected world and emphasized that unity does not happen automatically. The professor highlighted inclusive innovation as a deliberate approach to designing solutions, policies, and systems that benefit everyone. He also highlighted the importance of measuring impact and then ensuring that innovations truly reach intended beneficiaries and create meaningful change. Our second presenter, Ambassador Anna Patrick, spoke about social emotional learning in multicultural settings, where she focused on SEL as a critical framework for supporting learners in multicultural environments. She defined what SEL was and also highlighted the 5 core components of SEL, which are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. She also emphasized that social emotional learning promotes cultural awareness, positive identity, and respect for differences, and also inclusive classroom participation. Our last speaker, last but not the least, Ambassador Abiola Opala, spoke about project-based learning in diverse classrooms, where she examined project-based learning as an instructional approach that transforms diversity-related challenges into learning opportunities. She also explained that PBL engages students in real-world collaborative tasks where all voices are heard and different abilities are valued. She used an example of exploring traditional weddings across cultures as a project for students, where the presenter demonstrated how extended projects promote active learning, collaboration, and inclusion. The session concluded by highlighting that project-based learning fosters mutual respect, appreciation of diverse perspectives, and a global mindset amongst learners. Finally, the entire presentation stressed the importance of intentional practices, measuring impact, and sustaining inclusive efforts to ensure that learning benefits all students, not just a few. Thank you very much, Dr. Gloria, for the opportunity. We enjoyed the session.
I can see that, see how it was flowing. I really enjoyed your feedback as well. Congratulations to Room 6. That was an amazing session over there. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to welcome Room 3, Ambassador Kamal Chandra Lohani and his team members. You're all welcome back. Ambassador
Thank you.
Kamal,
Thank you.
the floor is yours for your
Thank you.
feedback.
Thank you very much. Namaste, namaskar. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. Sat Sri Akal, and good evening to one and all once again. Okay, I would like to summarize room number 3 as per the time limit. So, ma'am, we had today 3 panelists, 3 speakers, Nalam sir, Neelam Saxena ma'am, Professor Dr. Respected Suraya Banu ma'am. So I started with Nalam sir, and where he was speaking on his topic, policy, ethics, inclusion, and building systems that sustain equality. And he was saying that after pandemic, we had many problems. We faced many problems. So ethics are very, very important for all these things to solve. And policy, as he said, that policy saves us and saves us from from this kind of discrimination. So it must be practiced. Ethics guides our actions, and he was focusing on ethics once again. Ethical system build trust, as he said, and inclusion. When he was talking about inclusion means he said that every student must feel valued, and no student should be dropped out. When then he was focusing on equity, he said that equity creates a real fairness. That is called equity. So we can build fair system which removes barriers, biases, and leadership is very, very important, as he said. So thank you, Nalam sir. Thanks a lot. And again, he said that we must be quite aware. Awareness is very important. Inclusion are these are the things which are considered as a foundation. So thank you, Nalam sir. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Then I had our respected Neelam Saxena ma'am, she was highlighting on her topic reflective practices, confronting personal biases as an educator. It was very interesting from her that she told a story of Mahatma Gandhi ji, Bapu of India, and it was a really interesting story, and it was about reflections only. So she said that we must take our decisions firmly, and we must reflect on ourselves, on our mistakes, and reflective methods must be practiced in our daily life. As we all the educators are the national builders, so everybody must reflect and everybody knows his mistakes. So we must try to remove our mistakes as we are the creators and creators see everything minutely and reflective methods. It's just like a mirror as we see our face on the mirror so we can see which is missing there on our face. So in the same way, reflective matter is just like a mirror. So we need to change ourselves. If we change ourselves, the world will change. And by reflective matter, so we can find our mistakes and we can remove them. And finally, she said that we should appreciate everybody and we should remove the mistakes of all by reflecting ourselves and by reflecting. In third number, I had Professor respected Dr. Suraya Banu ma'am during her delivery. When she was delivering her speech, and I just faced a little bit network issues and a fraud call came. So I heard her and just I tried to understand, and she was talking about her topic and just like culture and developing globally teaching, and she focused on key aspects of her topic. She said that about the trust-based approaches and, and she said a fair and equitable approaches and she said that educators must recognize their biases from formal approaches and training must be appreciated and we must need diverse literature and we must enhance inclusion in the classroom for the children. So thank you, Suraya Banu ma'am, and thank you, Nilam ma'am, thank you, Nalam sir, thank you, Guria ma'am, thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful feedback. Congratulations to Room 3. And that was an amazing session and presentation. I really enjoyed a bit of the session when I joined your group. It was really awesome. Congratulations to you all. And I'm going to welcome Ambassador Nalini for her feedback. Over to you, Ambassador Nalini.
Gratitude, glorious Gloria, for giving me this opportunity to be the moderator for this room. And I was really, really blessed to have very, very intellectual lot with all three girls gang. And yes, later Ravi sir also joined us and he made the room more vibrant while talking about a number of different things related to education and our role as an educator. So I'll just start with my beautiful Yala ma'am, with a brainy person who talks about UDL, a very UDL, the Universal Design for Learning, a very close topic to my heart. And I'm really fortunate to hear from her views because recently I have delivered a workshop on this for more than 100 plus teachers. And I was thinking that what all I can improvise. Thank you, Yelama, for your points. So as Yelama was talking about, she talked about approach to teaching that supports every learner in the classroom. It expects a simple but powerful truth. Students learn in different ways. UDL helps teachers design lessons that are accessible, flexible, and inclusive. Absolutely correct, because this is the way we can bring the change in a neurodiverse classroom. It focuses on inclusion, flexibility, and fairness. First thing what she emphasized was recognizes learners' differences. The second point which she emphasized about UDL was promotes in multiple ways of teaching, and the third encourages multiple ways of learning. The fourth point which
It's not for you. It's for the breakout room. Sorry.
Okay.
I need to close it now.
Fourth point which she emphasized was multiple ways of expression. So to conclude, she has said that universal design for learning is not just a teaching method, it is a mindset, and it shifts the focus from how can the child adjust to the system to how can the system adjust according to the child. And when we design learning for all, we exclude none. So actually, UDL is this. Thank you, Nirayala ma'am, for this beautiful presentation of yours. Moving forward to the another beautiful person and brainy person, Mary ma'am. She talked about consistency between home and school, the power of one language, a language of listening, a language of paying attention to the children, whether they are at home or at school. When home and school work together using the same tool, same phrases, same expectation, the child stops worrying about how to behave and start focusing on what to learn. So she gave a beautiful example of a child, and the parent starts using a timer at the home and says, in 2 minutes, we will park the toys. The breakthrough, because the language and the methods are the same, they feel safe. So he does not have to learn two different ways to behave. He has to behave in one manner and in an open and consistent manner. So consistency is about giving the student or a child a universal rule for their behavior instead of creating two diverse atmosphere for them. The student stops worrying, and likewise, that is the reason the consistency is required in both the places. That is the power of partnership. Listening builds trust, consistency builds safety, and safety builds growth. This is the crux of Mary Ma'am's presentation. Thank you so much, Mary Ma'am. And it was really a nice one. Now, coming to my beloved Dr. Sarika, all the way from India, Bihar, she has talked about diversity is not a barrier. It is a powerful asset. Yes, of course, I agree. And that's why we, the Indians, celebrate our diversities. The diverse culture, the diverse food, the diverse living style, the diverse weather, everything is diverse here. In every 100 meters, we get a change. Sorry, 100 kilometers, not 100 meters, 100 kilometers. However, moving forward, the diverse classroom requires something important from us as educators. She emphasized the courage to challenge our unconscious biasness, because before we diversity is not the challenge in our classroom but in our mindset. The question is not whether students are different, they always have been different, and we have to behave in one manner. The question is not whether the students will change or not, it is we have to change our style to make them understand. Equality says, I gave everyone the same lesson. Equity asks, did every child truly learn or not? We have to find that. She gave the example of Finland, from Finland school to Bihar schools, and she talked about how the differences are there, how diversified our styles are, but still we have a one common thing, that is the child, the human, whom we are supposed to deal in a humane manner. So these 3 point people were there to share their views, and I really appreciate each individual. Dr. Ravi did by talking about how we can bring the change in the education. So he was talking about what all we are doing and how we are doing and how we can keep doing the best in our manner. So that's all from room number 5, and I hope I have brought forth all the points which you people have dealt. Thank you for being in room 5, and I appreciate everybody's effort for their presentation. Thank you so very much, Gloria ma'am, for providing me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to room 5. That was an amazing session there, and unique and amazing points that you raised in that room. Congratulations once more. Thank you very much for moderating that wonderful room. The room for all women. It was really unique.
Yes, we all girls were there.
Okay, so I want to move over to Dr. Hussein Makhdoom for his okay, to give you feedback for his room. Over to you.
Yes, thank you very much. Definitely, they gave us the beautiful ideas. They gave us many powerful messages through their presentations. First of all, it was Dr. Binita Prakash. She spoke very well. She delivered a very wonderful presentation on implicit bias in assessment and classroom interaction. Teachers must unlearn. It is always very important to unlearn. As learning is important, equally the unlearning is important. Then we had Dr. Gloria and Oppara from Nigeria. She gave a wonderful input on the wonderful topic that was gender, language, and power, breaking stereotypes in the learning environment. Definitely, she delivered a wonderful presentation. And then we had Ambassador Adi Diong from Nigeria. Although he had a network issue, yet he delivered a very wonderful presentation on the topic creating safe spaces, trauma-informed approaches in diverse classrooms. Indeed, in this classroom, we had two more participants as well. They listened very carefully. So it is always a great experience to learn the ideas from other speakers, from their uh, teaching life, from their daily based learnings. So that was all from my room. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, room 2, for that amazing presentation. Thank you for the feedback and for your moderation, Dr. Hussein Makhdoom, and congratulations to room 2. Thank you. And I'm going to welcome Ambassador Nahid Raza for his feedback. They refuse to come back to the main room. The floor is yours.
We had extraordinary team of dreamers.
I see.
Articulators, orators, and whatnot. First of all, our chief guest, a very smiling face from Greece, ancient civilization, right? Rania Lampu ma'am. Global citizenship was the topic. And you know, when she talks, everyone listens. An entire house was spellbound because the voice was so fascinating. And contents were stealing the attention and arresting the attention of each one present in that gallery. Please allow me to appreciate and congratulate none other than hugely respected Rania ma'am. She was talking about education, balance, digital education, global processes, geographical boundaries, critical thinking, respecting diversity, human rights, being responsible participant in society, right? So her her presence was very motivating, and you can understand the articulation. Shanul Benjamin, very experienced, and she started her talk with kind words. She was talking about collaboration. She was talking that world is interconnected. She was talking about digital world. She gave example of artificial intelligence summit concluded just in New Delhi, right? And we need to build partnership, foster cultural understanding, educational leadership, administrative system, Education is the foundation of global citizenship. Lagmani Kumari ma'am, I had means a lot much talk with ma'am today, right? She was talking about promise, no matter which language are you from, background from, but you need to move ahead, keep on moving. She was talking about equality. And Fatima was found to be very, very literary in her sense. And she was talking about diversity again, challenges and opportunities, right? And, she concluded her talk that teachers must be very, 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 very much towards learning, refining, developing, right? And teachers must have empathy, critical thinking, so students will also develop, right? Through interaction, we need to see inclination towards class and creed. We must see it. So outstanding group of people, right? And it was amazing talking to them, listening to them, and learning from them. My sincere gratitude to Gloria ma'am for giving us such opportunity to have talked with such outstanding people. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Nahi. That was an awesome feedback, and with what you've just explained now, I can see the reasons why you guys refuse to come back, because you're enjoying yourselves. I had to extend the time to 2 minutes because of your room. Congratulations to you all. Congrats. All right, so this brings us to the end of today's session. So as we conclude this enriching intellectual exchange, we are reminded that diversity is not a problem to solve. It is a gift to steward. Teaching in diverse classrooms requires awareness of bias, commitment to equity, openness to innovation, courage to reflect, and the humility to keep learning. When we rethink identity, confront hidden barriers, bridge divides, empower neurodiverse learners, nurture teacher growth, and implement innovative practices, we do more than teach, we transform lives. May we leave this session not only inspired, but equipped. May our classrooms become spaces where every child feels seen, valued, and capable. And may we continue to build educational system that reflects justice, compassion, and excellence. Thank you to our exceptional moderators, to our esteemed speakers, and our engaged participants, and the entire A Walk Through Education community for advancing this vital conversation. Together we teach, together we grow, and together we transform our communities. Thank you very much once again. And this brings us to the end of our session today.
Dr. Gloria, please share attendance link again. I think some participant joined late and they're asking in the chat box.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Ms. Dayala, please, would you? All right, and we're going to, please turn on your cameras. Let's take our pictures again. Let's take the last part of the picture, photo shoot. Please turn on your cameras so that we can have a uniform one. After the count of 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and see you on Thursday. Thank you. And this was a very fast session today. I really enjoyed it. We'll love the timing of today's session. Very
I loved it too.
seriously. And we're able to achieve our goals and finish on time. It was awesome. All right. Good night. Dr. Rania.
Hi.
Good night. Bye.
Good night. Done.
Guys, good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone.
Ambassador Ijeoma.
Engaging, interesting. Good night.
It was
Good night.
indeed.
So, I just love the time we ended today. So good.
Yes, and I hope it's going to continue like that. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.